back again. Dang, this is like the fourth time this week. What the hell is going on? Anyways, I'm trying to finish up these headlights because I'd love to get them shipped out so that the people that order them can enjoy them. These ones are the two that I worked on yesterday. The shrouds are just inserted. I still have to secure them. They just fit snug on the projectors, and that's how I want it, so that they don't wiggle around and bounce and fall off. So that's why I did that. And then here are the two that I still have to install the projectors into. There's the brackets. So I went ahead and I bought more of the right little nylon inserts where the bolt actually fits through, so I don't have to spend 4 hours trying to get the bolt threaded in there so that I can get them on. But let's just dig in, because I'm trying to get this done, dude. Let me scoot you guys back a little bit. By the way, these are the brackets that I printed yesterday. Hello. We're building headlights for a 1995 to 1999 Mitsubishi Eclipse. These ones in particular are for the 97 to 99. They had a facelift. They slightly adjusted the headlights, but the build process is actually the same for 95 to 99. But yeah, that's what we're up to here. So I'm gonna get these done. So I've adjusted these shrouds. They come, this is like big rounded piece over here. Let me see if I have another one. Yeah. So basically the shrouds come like this. You have to trim them down to actually fit in the housings. And that's just what we do. Find a way to make it work is what I do. So now I just have to clean these up, because where I cut it, there's a bunch of burrs, and you don't want the burrs falling off inside the headlight and just getting everything gross. So make sure you deburr everything real nice, and everything will be fine. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna play some music because I don't like listening to that 3D printer going on the whole time. I'm printing some more parts for these lights, actually. So let me get this pulled up here. We'll be good. Yeah. This is what we're building. I just have to make everything work.
Social code. They want to lie, bury the cold, glorify the demon. What if it's not left versus right? What if it's noise versus sight? What if it's them and us?
Hey, you gonna try to build them yourself? What's up, Miguel? What's up, Mike? Dude, your car looks freaking amazing, by the way. I love that thing, man. Too much time and money you have put into that car, man. I put a bunch of time into a car, money, I'm like, ugh, can't do it. So all my stuff is like broken, essentially. No, but GTO needs some work. I got some issues with it. But Miguel, if you're gonna try to build headlights, these brackets for the 2G DSM, I'm not sure if you know, but these are available for free to download. You can download them, print them off, and then you don't have to do any guesswork when installing the projectors. I also have the templates that you need to drill the holes so that these wind up in the right spot and it, fits right. There's also a little provision that I made over here. If you can see the hole, it actually goes all the way through to the bottom here, and you can install a Demon Eye LED in there. So these brackets are pretty dope, and like I said, they're available for free. Just download them. Just shoot me a message on Instagram, or probably Instagram's best. Objective Garage, one word, and I will share the file with you. I don't care. No, doesn't matter to me. Just want to make it easier for you guys. So let's keep going.
Not red and blue, just dust and dust. What if the line ain't that deep? Drawn in bold to keep us in their mold. What if the other side ain't monsters in disguise? Just another human being with fear behind their eyes. They say we're free, but we follow the tone. Follow the script, we post a drone.
Nope.
Call it pride when we obey. Call it justice when we stone. And yeah, to me it always feels like lies. Every headline weaponized, every package tied, ready made to divide. The normal cast out, the crazy let in without a doubt. Do they want informed citizens? Doubt that. We're comfortable obedience. Logic tells me they lying, but we the people just keep sighing. Why does asking simple things get treated like disobedience? Why do we the people not have shit, but our national debt just keeps taking a hit? We police each other quick, snitch for clout and force the script. If someone steps outside the frame, we're first to label them sick. How to scale this high this fast? How the whole thing get so vast? Was there ever a battle? Did they drown? No, we just let them get away with it once. What if the canyon between us isn't as big as it seems? What if it's just magnified by a glowing machine? Off the feed, face to face, we might not be so split into teams. Humankind is being torn at its seams. Maybe they did need control. Maybe we built on our own. Fear spreads faster than debate, and anger feels like backbone. Maybe we hand them all the power every hour that we shout at each other instead of asking what's really moving in and out. What if it's them and us, not you and me? Just now we're making
Oh,
it
yeah.
now. What if the crack was small at first, but they kept feeding it until it burst? What if the spirit and destiny just amplified intensity and the other side's just like you, wondering how this came to be? How did it get this loud? How did it get this proud? How do we get so certain without looking past the curtain? What if it's that? Ooh, what if it's that? Ooh, what if it's that?
It's weird, right? Our story that loud just fades overnight. Things float up and disappear like headlines lose their appetite. Picture surface, smiles wide, handshakes frozen, eyes got that spark. Later everybody shocked like they forgot they were marked with the mark. I'm not saying guilt, I'm saying it's strange how gravity bends around powerful names. When regular people fall, they fall fast. When it's higher up, it stalls and stalls. Maybe it's clean, maybe it's tight, maybe it just looks different in a different light. You won't catch me with a smile next to somebody so vile. Hard to believe they didn't know, but maybe I'm alone. It's weird, right? How the files feel heavy but light, like something's there, but never in sight. It's weird, right? How the trail runs cold when it gets too close to money and gold. Why so much black ink on the page? Or paragraphs just fade to gray. If it's nothing there, I strip it away. I'm not asking for aliens, not asking for myths, just asking why transparency comes in fragments and clips. They say it's safety, say it's law, say it protects the nation from harm, but every time the ink gets thick, it feels like someone's guarding the top. Who does that serve? Who does it shield? Cause it don't feel like it's protecting me. If it's for the public, why can't the public see? It's weird, right? How silence comes when the powerful are the ones involved. Right? How some truths stall when they rush too close to the top of it all. And the worst part, even if it all came out, would it matter? By the time the dust settles, careers retire, money moves, names rewire. I'm not screaming plots, I'm not naming kings. I'm just watching how slow certain consequences swing. It's weird, right? How the ink falls hardest where the trail gets warm. It's weird, right? How the answers blur when they reach the storm. If it's justice, let it breathe. If it's true, I can't reread. Maybe it's nothing.
Hello, everybody. Just building some headlights.
But it's
Don't
weird,
mind me.
right?
Ooh.
Yeah. All they wanna know. Yeah. Huh. Can I ask you something simple, nothing wild? Like a normal conversation coming wild. When they're talking politics, start feeling like a loaded file. And what the fuck is up with these pedophiles? Like one wrong word and the room goes hostile. Like everyone's trying to win an award. For this we all line up single file. Every time you snitch it is the rich you enrich. I ain't picking teams, I ain't waving no flags. I'm just asking questions. I simply wanna know, why does that make me bad? And why does it make them so mad? How did curiosity get labeled as a stand?
hands winded asking where it's going. When you chose a plan, just eat it, repeat it, pick a side and compete it. Don't you ever question where the money's depleted. I'm not trying to fight, I'm just trying to see why a basic discussion feels risky to me. It's weird, right? How the talk's what they want us up, but the bill gets signed without a budge. It's weird, right? How where's the money go? Turns into
Oh, you're one of those. Just wanted to know.
I'm not trying to fight, just trying to see why a basic discussion feels risky to me. It's weird, right? How the talk's what they want us up, but the bill gets signed without a buzz. It's weird, right? How where's the money go? Turns into, oh, you're one of those just for wanting to know. I've watched friends stop mid-sentence like they caught themselves thinking, like they remembered this topic needs shrinking. Either you agree or you're out of bounds. No middle ground, just battlegrounds. Go react, argue, repeat while something gets passed quietly each week, and nobody tracks the actual numbers. Just culture wars and digital thunder. I'm not losing my mind for noticing patterns, but why does transparency always get scattered? It's weird, right? How the talk's what they want us up, but the bill gets signed without a buzz. It's weird, right? How where's the money go? Turns into, oh, you're one of those just for wanting to know. I'm not trying to fight, I'm just trying to see why a basic discussion feels risky to me. It's weird, right? How the talk's what they want us up, but the bill gets signed without a buzz. It's weird, right? How the talk's what they want us up, It's weird, right? How the talk's what they want us up, Maybe that's how it's built. Make the topic feel toxic, so nobody wants to touch it. Nobody it's make it uncomfortable to even discuss. So the focus stays split between them and us. Labeled debate, it's dangerous speech, so the ledger stays out of reach. It's weird, right? How silence feels safer now than asking a simple who, what, when, and how. It's weird, right? How division grows fast, but clarity crawls, and questions don't last. I don't even want chaos, I just wanna understand. Why does that feel like taking a stand? Like taking a stand.
Done.
Like taking a
Alright, you guys, so this is projector bracket is installed. Now we just need to throw the projector in here. So let me get some projectors. Okay, so this should be pretty simple today. Yesterday it was a pain in the butt because I got the wrong spacers, but with these spacers this shouldn't be bad at all. Come on. There we go. What's up? Figured I'd finish up this retrofit. So, trying to get these shipped out. Nice. Whoop. What's up, everybody? Today we are building some headlights for a 99 Mitsubishi Eclipse, 95 to 99 to be specific, 97 to 99 to be really specific, but the process is the same for 95 to 99. And basically they come with these old style halogen headlights that are just ugly. And what I do is I make them nice. Put some projectors in there, modernize them, make them look you know, like something that could have came on the car factory, but just better than factory. So that's what I do. Oh, I got you. Well, I'm gonna play some music.
They say knowledge is power, but now it's control. It ain't kings and thrones no more, it's data and scrolls. They don't change your body, they harvest your soul. Feed your dopamine hits till you forget your goal. You're logging for connection, they study your pain. Predict what you're about, body your brain. You're the product, my friend, not the one who's entertained. You're the gold mine they built when they mind your name. Guard your mind, they're coming for your focus. Intentions of treasure, the rarest of tokens. Keep your thoughts sharp, your silence outspoken. Break the machine with your soul unbroken. Never in history, not in any age. Have men that's free, yet trapped in a cage. Scrolling for comfort, but building the stage where they learn your fears, your secrets, your rage. They don't need armies, they don't need war, they just need your time and a screen to explore. You hand them your truth, your heart, your core, and thank them for the cage that you built before. Guard your mind, they're coming for your focus. Intentions of treasure, the rarest of tokens. Keep your thoughts sharp, your silence outspoken. Break the machine with your soul unbroken. Guard your mind, they're coming for your focus. Intentions of treasure, the rarest of tokens. Keep your thoughts sharp, your silence outspoken. Break the machine with your soul unbroken. Turn off the noise, hear yourself again. Every thought that's yours is a form of rebellion. Can't sell what they can't define, so stay unpredictable, that's divine. Breathe without music, sit in your head, you'll meet the part of you the algorithm wants dead. The one that dreams and questions that sees a real threat to their industries. Power ain't loud, it's quiet and hidden. It whispers through code, it's perfectly written. And all it needs is your permission to rewrite your mind with precision. So stay real, stay human, stay wild. Don't be another file that's easily styled. You got a mind that can be profiled. You're not a target, you're the exile. Guard your mind, coming for your focus. Intentions of gold, no hocus pocus. Wake up now before it's over. Hold your soul tight, keep it true, keep it golden. No bombs, no guns, no flag, no sun. Just dead streams where we all run it. Don't need war, don't need control. It's got our minds, and that's the goal.
We made it through the rain, built your world from fire. Turning long nights into something higher. Sweating faith in the quiet dark. Turn the pain to rhythm, the flame to spark. You rise so slow, so strong, so sure. Built from the struggle, built to endure. Right beside you, steady and true. A heart that beats in time with you. Behind every fire, someone fans a flame. When the nights get colder, they whisper your name. Two hearts, one rhythm, one devotion. That's real love in motion. Yeah. The world keeps turning, lines all blurred. They say they call it 1%, but it's closer to 100%. Cause if you stack the reach against ours, we barely leave a bit. It's not 1 to 99, it's 1 against us all combined. A mountain made of greed and glass, where the sunlight spend the night. We feed the kids, they spend the gold, they sell us drink, we buy the pole. They built the land, pulled it up, they said keep climbing, that's enough. They count their billions like we count our time. We trade our minutes, they trade our minds. We get one shot to make it through. They get our lives in a parachute. They say it's 1%, but that's the lie they reinvent. It's 1 in 100%, and the rest of us pay the rent. Work they own, we dream, they spend, they write the rules that never end. And the gap keeps growing, cause it was never 1%. They paint the news, they on the stage, they sell the rage, and call it change. They built the maze, and laughed and said, find your way out, but don't raise your head. We
worship name, stream the lie, clap the chain, disguise the pride, the circus plays, the crowds enthralled. They tell us we're free, but we're just installed. They don't want kings, they want consumers. A million dreamers turned into users. And when you speak too loud or start to care, they label you broke and they say beware. They say it's 1%, but that's the math of illusion. A smoke screen spun for mass confusion. It's 100%, the rest just stuck in the rhythm. Yeah, it's not about wealth, it's about control. Puppet strings tied to every soul. And if the truth could ever shout, it would echo through the crowd, saying the system ain't broken, it's running exactly how it's allowed. The rich ain't the rulers, they just the face of the cave. The real ones never seen, never speak, never age. Hey, so I keep my peace where the cameras fade. Feel my worth in the hands I made. Power hides in the unseen, and maybe hope does too in between. Cause kindness spreads like wildfire slow, and they can't contain what the people know. One heart breaks, the rest will too, and that's what they fear the most. They call it 1%, but it's closer to 1 in 100%. Cause the towers reach through governments and our cries is penetrated. But the map don't lie when hearts alive. The tide will turn in its own time, and all that's left for them to remember is the truth they try to prevent. So count your hours, not your days. The storm's not coming, it already rained. They call it 1%, but it's closer to 1 in 100%. And when
As far as bulbs goes, I usually use LED, like I just any LED bulb. I have had great light output with like, and let me go check the brand real quick. Yeah, I usually order like Oxbeam or Oxito, and I've never really had an issue with them. They've always just worked, and it's always been fine. And I usually, like I said, I usually order LED. So that's what I recommend. You could run an HID. I don't think there should be an issue. This is the brackets that I print. They're ABS plastic, so they should be fine. I print them at 250 degrees Celsius, which is like almost 400 or 500 degrees Fahrenheit. So it should be fine. But I just prefer an LED bulb because it's just easier in my mind. I've had a lot of issues with the old HIDs back in the day where they would flicker and come on and go off, and I've never had an issue with LED, so that's what I recommend.
numbers in the people finally representing. No kids, no crowns, no cars, no men. Just hearts that rise again,
Yeah. It's don't quote me, but I'm gonna have to check. But I believe, yeah, these projectors use an H1 bulb, so make sure that's the bulb that you order. Other than that, there's no issues. It's gonna be just fine.
Algorithm smile, playing God with grit, eating your fears while crawling. Every like, every swipe, every dream you confide is a drip in the ocean where the ghosts reside. What if it's already here, already inside? The strings are invisible, but we still comply. What if the masters are slaves to their code and the throne's been stolen on a digital road? We talk about takeover like it's still to come, but maybe AI already. Silicon case with a billion eyes. Recommended for you, yeah, that's your chain. Freedom's an illusion in a dopamine vein. What if it's already here, already inside? The strings are invisible, but we still comply. What if the masters are slaves to their code and the throne's been stolen on a digital road? We talk about takeover like it's still to come, but maybe AI already won. It just needs your click every doctor. That you rip them apart, no face, no names. All in demand, a ghost in the cloud with the world in its hand. Imagine it whispering, no way I'll be seen. The kings, the liars to be in between. No revolution, no sound, no flame. Just silence disguised as a digital chain. We thought we made it, but it made us instead. We updated spring every post we fed. So maybe the war's not in future tense. It's the screen that's winning and our expanse. What if it's already here, already inside? The strings are invisible, but we still comply. What if the masters are slaves to the code and the throne's been stolen on a digital road? I've already won. Oh, yeah. I've already won. I've already won. No back, no sun. No, just data streams where we already don't need war, don't need control. It's got our minds, and that's the goal.
Yeah, I'm on that again, you know, my life. But maybe I'ma check it out, you know. They hand you a mic, then cut the cord. Smile for the cameras, play the Lord. But every word's rehearsed in cage. Truth erased, then re-engage. The higher you climb, the less you speak. You sell your soul for the crowd each week. Behind those curtains, strings get pulled. A puppet show where hearts grow dull. They feed the lines through glassy screens. The teleprompted fever dreams. Hope change, unity, scripted lies. Written by ghosts in suits and ties. You're not a man, you're a brand. A moving logo, shaking hands. Power dressed in fragile skin. Freedom dies when control begins. Every breath rehearsed, every thought denied. Even gods can't speak when the truth's been tied. The paradox of power, silence wears the crown. The louder they rise, the more they drown. Voices echo through the halls of lies. Powerless kings and sanitized. Yeah, they rule the world but can't say a thing. They birds in cages with diamond wings. Who writes the words they're forced to read? Who shapes the tone? Who plants the seed? In speech, writers deep in the hive, building illusions to keep the lie alive. Every comma, every pause, measured, edited, rewritten laws. They call it safety, I call it fear. The system whispers what they can't hear. They sell control in velvet tones, sell freedom wrapped in microphones. The nation cheers what they told to feel. Reality bends, the screen turns real. They talk about justice, they talk about peace, but peace means profit and war's the least. Behind closed doors, it's a corporate choir, fanning the smoke from a holy fire. Every truth they see gets filed away. Sanitized thoughts for the stage to play. The paradox of power, silence wears the crown. The louder they rise, the more they drown. Voices echo through the halls of lies. Powerless kings and designer ties. Yeah, they rule the world but can't say a thing. They birds in cages with diamond wings. Yeah. Up and down truth they see gets filed away. Sanitized thoughts for the stage to play. The paradox of power. Paradox of power. Silence wears the crown. The louder they rise, the more they drown. Voices echo through the halls of lies. Powerless kings and designatized. Yeah, they rule the world but can't say a thing. They birds in cages with diamond rings. They say freedom rings, but it's auto-tuned. A melody made in the conference room. They practice pain until it sells. Program grief for the camera shells. The writers hide behind their screens, weaving state encoded memes. 1,000 minds craft one clean lie and call it truth beneath the
Yes, sir. H1.
They never ask what it's all for, cause when you run the world you can't be wrong. But silence hums beneath the song. The real ones whisper, the fakes get crowned. The honest fall, the liars sound profound. They built the throne, made a double think where truth evaporates before you blink. And if one slips, if one speaks clear, they'll tear them down within a year. Integrity is a dangerous drug, no side effects, just loss of love. Cause people want comfort, not what's real. They wanna show that they can feel. So power bends and truth gets priced, and freedom's bought at sacrifice. Yeah. The paradox locks on tonight. Yeah. When wrong feels safe and truth ain't right. Yeah. They call it power, I call it chains. A golden strip with hidden pain. The higher you go, the less you are. A mouth that moves, a branded star. So when they speak, remember this line. The most powerful man can't speak his mind. Yeah, can't speak his mind.
Whispers in marble halls echo through the cracks in the wall. Golden crowns on hollow heads, building kingdoms on the backs of the dead. History bleeds in repeating lies. Power feeds where the conscience dies. They hide the truth behind the ink, name it progress, but it stings. They built their roads through blood and flame. The world still whispers Rome's old name. From Lord of Stone they led it with speed. They fell beneath their own great greed. Smoke and mirrors, trading sin. They pull the strings, we dance again. Freedom's mask, a cage of gold. Hearts grow quiet, their souls grow cold. Outside threat is the same old play. Inside ride your seats away. The crown weighs heavy, the eyes go blind. The world they own is the one they buy. They reach for gods with hands of clay. Raise the sun with shadows lay. Pyramids pierce the desert's creed, but crumbled under kings of greed. The whisper grows in every heart. The sickness shows. They sell the cure, they own the pain. They build a storm, they call it rain.
I have tried the ones with instead of it having a big heatsink and a fan, and it's all solid. I've actually ran the ones that have the heatsink that's like a mesh, some sort of mesh metal, aluminum, I don't know what it is, but it's flexible and you can like bend it out of the way if you need to. And I believe, if I remember correctly, those worked fine. I remember I ran them in a Volkswagen because Volkswagens have like the bulb basically plugs into like the headlight, so it's hard to make that work if you don't, if you have a big heatsink on the back. I would imagine that the ones with the fan are probably a little bit better, just because there's so much more of them out there. But I don't know. Like I said, I ran those and I didn't really have an issue with them either. So. But if you're talking about just a regular bulb with that just looks exactly like a halogen bulb, and it doesn't have like anything, no heat sink on the back, I would probably steer clear of that. I think that those are probably not very bright, but you could always test it out and let me know.
Clown my morals 40, write the script, enslave us all. The wheel turns red, the weak stay down, the strong just fight for another crown. They carved the light from thought and mind and taught the stars to humankind. But marble crack when gold would feed their wisdom, drowning tides of greed. Civilizations fade in time, broad disguises reason and rhyme. When gold means more than human breath, that's when peace becomes our death. They'll write the lies and call them true, but all roads lead to me and you. The mirror cracks and through the haze, we watch the world, we build decay. We split the atom, touch the sky, talk steel and cold to never die. Yet all our gods are screens that lead back to the same old throne of greed. Now the ashes fill the sky, every truth we had ran dry. We dug the hole, we paved the way, we sold tomorrow for today. No conqueror came, no God's return, just lessons lost and bridges burned. The world don't burn from the heat of the sun, it burns from the greed of everyone. We could learn, we could see that all we need is harmony, and maybe love would plant the seed and the empire of greed.
If you send me a message on Instagram, I will look at it after I get off of here, and I'll let you know what I think. But, okay. So, all of the projectors are now mounted in the housings. So now it's time to really finish installing these shrouds on here. And then I'm just gonna have to switch them out inside the headlights. What I'm gonna do is, because I had these laying around, these are actually extras that I pulled out, because when I build the jewels, I just pull these out altogether because we don't run these at all. So I have a few of these, you know, sitting around on the shelf. So what I did was essentially pre-built these. So the next step is going to be, after I get the shrouds on here, is going to be just to bake the headlights, pull the original reflectors out, and just put these in and just bake them shut. Essentially, I'm going to do that all in one fell swoop, and that's going to be off camera because I just use my home oven for this, and it's upstairs, and yeah. So let's get these shrouds mounted up, and then I'm gonna go and bake these bad boys back. Well, bake them apart, then bake them together, and then I will be able to ship some of these out. Also, hopefully I can get to shipping the giveaway headlights out today too. Ron, I am going to get them to you. I just don't want to go to the post office 500 times. So I'm trying to kind of ship them in one trip. So let's get to it. All right.
Every empire had a heart.
So for these, the way that I mount these is I drill a hole. If you watched, I guess if you want to know how I mount these, I explained exactly what I do in the official video, the official DIY video for this exact mod. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm not gonna explain it. Sorry. If you want to know, check out the video.
But the louder the phone ring, the quieter the truth got, and that's how it always ends. Yeah. We've been more down from the down to the top. But the names on the bridge said they make us proud, but the higher they climb, the thinner the air, the more they forgot who's sitting there. History books keep clean. Talk about how the ship sank, inflation, invasion, just clever translation for hunger that outgrew its own nation. I've seen a pattern spin like a vinyl scratch. New king, same greed, just a tighter latch. Call it progress, the cost got steep, and the soul of the people feel priceless. Tonight, no wars, no borders in the way of the life. Like the grace starts to die from the sea. Every fall looks sudden when you miss the signs. When the bread got thin and they took the plans. And the youth start to see through the eyes in the booth. It's the sky or the drought. But greed is a whisper that turns to a shout. Politicians sell hope, but they pocket the dream. Call it freedom, but it's part of the machine. They make fear the fake is. Workers hang tight on a thin and loose. The world don't burn cause the sun got mean. It burns cause the hands on the torch stay clean. Every fire, the river, every fall of the sea. It ain't burn the stone, it's the hunger for the sea. Breeze the oldest language flowing in the skies. Translating, holding in the power right before our eyes. The laws of everything. No war, no war, is in the way of the light. They say the fall from heaven, but the truth's from the street. Every rise that we pray starts to die from the sea. They teach cause and effect, but not the cause of the cause. Right villains and crowns, more for me, this, but again and again, and here we are now in design. Story told since the first king sinned, and maybe one day we'll rewrite that page. With power bows down and peace takes stage. If we all check our greed, we be free tonight. Let the walls come down, let the truth ignite. No kings, no crowns, just the people's mind. If we all check our greed, we be free tonight. It was never the fall that healed the world. It was how life became through all reflection. Figured up my path and ended up the man. Start it always this tight every time it gets. What would it take to make sure it stays in down? The laws get passed. We the people constantly protest. Now We're not allowed in, we're not allowed in. Take the information they give away, and it's all designed to make us obey, and the fatal follow somehow. Okay, scroll, outrage, feed, anger grows, but nobody reads. Those that do it drowned in a sea of false feet. You think you chose it, maybe you did, but they hit the fan, hit the grid. I feel like a kid stuck under the lid. This is my bed. I'm not saying secret close, so who knows? I'm saying narratives carefully spoke. Just look around, everyone striking a pose. Pressure points and social code. People to lie, bury the bold, glorify the demon. What if it's not left versus right? What if it's noise versus side? What if it's them and us? Not red and blue, just us and us. What if the line ain't that deep, drawn in bold to keep us in their mode? What if the other side ain't monsters in disguise? Just another human being with fear behind their eyes. They say we're free, but we follow the tone. Follow the script, we post a drone. Call it problem, we obey. Call it justice when we stone. And yeah, to me, it always feels like lies. Every headline weaponized, every package tied, ready made to divide. The normal cast out, the crazy let in without a doubt. Do they want informed citizens? Doubt that. We're comfortable obedience. Logic tells me they lying, but we the people just keep sighing. Why does after simple things get treated like disobedience? Why do we the people not have shit, but our national debt just keeps taking a hit? We release each other quick, stitch for cloud and force the script. If someone steps outside the frame, we're first to label the sick. How they scale this high, this fast? How the whole thing get so vast? Should the reverend battle, did they try to know? We just let them get away with it once. What if the canyon between us isn't as big as it seems? What if it's just magnified by a glowing machine? Off the feed, face to face, we might not be so split into teams. Humankind is being torn at it seems. Maybe they didn't control. Maybe we built on our own. Fear spreads faster than debate, and anger feels like backbone. Maybe we hand them all the power every hour that we shout at each other instead of asking what's really moving in and out. What if it's them and us, not you and me? Just power making us cower. What if the crack was small at first, but they kept feeding it until it burst? What if the split ain't destiny, just amplified intensity? And the other side's just like you, wondering how this came to be. How did it get this loud? How did it get this proud? How do you get so certain without looking past the curtain? What if it's that? Oh, what if it's that? Oh, what if it's that?
It's weird, right? How a story that loud just fades overnight. Names float up and disappear like headlines lose their appetite. Pictures surface, smiles wide, handshakes frozen, eyes got no spark. Later everybody's shocked like they forgot they were marked with the mark. I'm not saying guilt, I'm saying it's strange how gravity bends around powerful names. When regular people fall, they fall fast. When it's higher up, it stalls and stalls. Maybe it's clean, maybe it's tight, maybe it just looks different in a different light. You won't catch me with a smile next to somebody so vile. Hard to believe they didn't know, but maybe I'm alone. It's weird, right? How the files feel heavy but light, like something's there, but never in sight. It's weird, right? How the trail runs cold when it gets too close to money and gold. Why so much black ink on the page? Or paragraphs just faded gray. If it's nothing there, I strip it away. I'm not asking for aliens, not asking for myths, just asking why transparency comes in fragments and clips. They say it's safety, say it's law, say it protects the nation from harm, but every time the ink is thick, it feels like someone's guarding the time. Even if it all came out, would it matter? By the time the dust settles, careers retire, money moves, names rewire. I'm not screaming plots, I'm not naming kings. I'm just watching how small certain consequences bring. It's weird, right? How the ink falls hardest, where the trail gets warmer. It's weird, right? How the answers blur when they reach the storm. If it's justice, let it breathe. If it's true, maybe it's nothing. But it's weird, right? Yeah. You only wanna know. Yeah. Can I ask you something simple, nothing? Like a normal conversation, common miles. When they talking politics, start feeling like a load of files. And what the fuck is up with these pedophiles? Like one wrong word, and the room goes hostile. Like everyone's trying to win an award for this. We all line up single file. Every time you snitch, it is the rich you enrich. I ain't picking teams, I ain't waving no flags. I'm just asking questions. I simply wanna know, why does that make me bad? And why does it make them so mad? How did curiosity get labeled as a stance? When did asking where it's going mean you chose a can? Just eat it, repeat it, pick a side and compete it. Don't you ever question where the money's depleted. I'm not trying to fight, I'm just trying to see why a basic discussion feels risky to me. It's weird, right? How the talk's what they want us up, but the bill gets signed without a buzz. It's weird, right? How where the money go turns into, oh, you're one of those just for wanting to know. I'm not trying to fight, I'm just trying to see why a basic discussion feels risky to me. It's weird, right? How the talk's what they want us up, but the bill gets signed without a buzz. It's weird, right? How where's the money go turns into, oh, you're one of those just for wanting to know. I've watched friends stop mid-sentence like they caught themselves thinking, like they remembered this topic needs shrinking. Either you agree or you're out of bounds. No middle ground, just battleground. Slow react, argue, repeat, while something gets passed quietly each week. And nobody tracks the actual numbers, and just cultural norms and digital thunder. I'm now losing my mind for noticing patterns. But why does transparency always get scattered? It's weird, right? How the talk's what they want us up, but the bill gets signed without a buzz. It's weird, right? How where's the money go? Turns into, oh, you're one of those just for wanting to know. I'm not trying to fight, I'm just trying to see why a basic discussion feels risky to me. It's weird, right? How the talk's what they want us up, but the bill gets signed without a buzz. It's weird, right? How the talk's what they want us up, It's weird, right? How the talk's what they want us up, Maybe that's how it's built. Make the topic feel toxic, so nobody wants to touch it, and nobody audits. Make it uncomfortable to even discuss. So the focus takes split between them and us. Labeled debate is dangerous speech, so the legislature out of reach. It's weird, right? How silence feels safer now than asking a simple who, what, when, and how. It's weird, right? How division grows fast, but clarity crawls, and questions don't last. I don't even want chaos, I just wanna understand. Why does that feel like taking a stand? Like taking a stand. Like taking a stand.
They say knowledge is power, but now it's control. It ain't kings and thrones no more, it's data and scrolls. They don't change your body, they harvest your soul. Feed your dopamine hits till you forget your goal. You're looking for connection, they study your pain. Predict what you're about, body your brain. You're the product, my friend, not the one who's entertained. You're the gold mine they built when they mind your name. Guard your mind, they're coming for your soul unbroken. Never in history, not in any age, have men been this free, get trapped in a cage, scrolling for comfort, building the stage where they learn your fears, your secrets, your rage. They don't need armies, they don't need war, they just need your time and a screen to explore. You hand them your truth, your heart, your core, and thank for the cage that you built before. Guard your mind, they're coming for your focus. Intentions a treasure, the rarest of tokens. Keep your thoughts sharp, silence outspoken. Break the machine with your soul unbroken. Guard your mind, they're coming for your focus. Intentions a treasure, the rarest of tokens. Keep your thoughts sharp, silence outspoken. Break the machine with your soul unbroken. Turn off the noise, hear yourself again. Every thought that's yours is a form of rebellion. They can't sell what they can't define, so stay unpredictable, that's divine. Breathe it out, music, sit in your head. You'll meet the part of you the algorithm wants dead. The one that dreams, that questions, that sees. That's the real threat to their industries. Power ain't loud, it's quiet and hidden. Whispers through code, it's all it needs is your permission to rewrite your mind with precision. So stay weak, stay human, stay wild. Don't be another file that's easily styled. You got a mind that can be profiled. You're not a target, you're the exile. Oh, guard your mind and come to your focus. Intentions of gold, a new hocus pocus. Wake up now before it's stolen. Hold your soul tight, keep it true. Golden, no bombs, no guns, no flag, no sun. Just dead streams where we all run it. Don't need war, don't need control. It's got our minds, and that's the goal.
You made it through the rain, built your world from fire. Turn long nights into something higher. Sweat and faith in the quiet dark. Turn the pain to rhythm, the flame to spark. You rise so slow, so strong, so sure. Built from the struggle, built to endure. Right beside you, steady and true. A heart that beats in time with you. Behind every fire, someone fans a flame. When the nights get colder, they whisper your name. Two hearts, one rhythm, one devotion. That's real love in motion. Yeah, yeah. The world keeps turning, lines all blurred. They say that balance. They call it 1%, but it's closer to 1 than 100%. Cause if you stack their reach against ours, we barely leave within. It's not 1 in 99. It's 1 against us all combined. A mountain made of greed and glass, where the sunlight's been denied. Feed the gears, they spin the gold. They sell us dreams, we buy them whole. They built the land, pulled it up. They said keep climbing, that's enough. They count their billions like we count our time. We trade our minutes, they trade our minds. We get one shot to make it through. They get our lives in a parachute. They say it's 1%, but that's the lie they reinvent. It's 1 in 100%, and the rest of us pay the rent. We work, they own, we dream, they spin. They write the rules that never end. And the gap keeps growing. It was never 1%. They paint the news, they own the stage. They sell the rate and call it change. They built the maze and laughed and said, find your way out, but don't raise your head. We worship names, we stream the lies, we clap for change. We guys is pride, the circus plays, the crowds enthralled. They tell us we're free, but we're just installed. They don't want kings, they want consumers. A million dreamers turned into users. And when you speak too loud or start to care, they label you broken, they say beware. They say it's 1%, but that's the math of illusion. A smoke screen spun for mass confusion. It's 1 in 100%, the rest just
They just the face of the cake. Real ones never seen, never speak, never age. So I keep my peace where the cameras fade. Build my worth in the hands I made. Power hides in the unseen, and maybe hope does too in between. Cause kindness spreads like wildfire slow. They can't contain what the people know. Once one heart breaks, the rest will too. And that's what they fear the most. They call it 1%, but it's closer to 1 in 100%. Cause the towers reach through governments and our cries just decorate. But the map don't lie when the hearts alive. The tide will turn in its own time, and all is left for them to repent is the truth they try to prevent. So count your hours, not your name. The storm's not coming, it already rained. They call it 100%, but it's closer to 1 in 100%. And when the numbers flip again, the people finally represent. No kings, no crowns, no gods, no men, just hearts that rise again, we keep scrolling, eyes glazed, stolen. Fees keep rolling, dopamine is golden. Face bad, but the hands unseen. Whispering cold in a glowing machine. Algorithm smile, playing God with a grin, feeding your fears while they crawl under skin. Every like, every swipe, every dream you confide is a drip in the ocean where the ghosts reside. What if it's already here? Already inside. The strings are invisible, but we still comply. What if the masters are slaves to their code and the throne's been stolen on a digital road? We talk about takeover like it's still a code. But maybe AI already won. Silicon priests with $1 billion, reading your truth while feeding you lies. Politicians' dreams, billionaires deal, every secret they hide, it's the leverage deal. It don't need bullets, it don't need bombs, it just rewrites history, come a song. Recommended for you, yeah, that's your change. Freedom's an illusion in a dopamine vein. What if it's already here, already inside? The strings are invisible, but we still comply. What if the masters are slaves to their code and the throne's been stolen on a digital road? We talk about takeover like it's still to come, but maybe AI already won. Think we use this, maybe we use. Teaching the beast every art it can choose. It don't need to kill, it just needs your click. Every thought you share is the hive mind thick. And it knows what they do in the dark. What an idiot use that you rip them apart. No face, no names, control and demand. A ghost in the cloud with the world in its hand. Imagine it whispered, or may all be seen. The kings, the liars to the in-between. No revolution, no sound, no flame. Just silence disguised as a digital chain. We thought we made it, but it made us instead. And we updated sprint every post we fed. So maybe the war's not in future tense. It's the screen that's winning and all expands. What if it's already here, already inside? The strings are invisible, but we still comply. What if the masters are slaves to the code and the throne's been stolen on a digital road? I already wanna know, yeah. I already wanna know. No, just data streams where we all run it. Don't need war, don't need control. It's got our mind. So pass the goal.
I'm on that guy in my life. But maybe I'm gonna take it out, you know. They hand you a mic, then cut the cord. Smile for the cameras, play the Lord. With every word's rehearsed in cage. Truth erased, then re-engage. The higher you climb, the less you speak. You sell your soul for the crowd each week. Behind those curtains, strings get pulled. A puppet show where hearts grow dull. They feed the lines through glassy screens. The teleprompted feed for dreams. Hope change, unity, scripted lies. Written by ghosts in suits and ties. You're not a man, you're a brand. A moving logo, shaking hands. Power dressed in fragile skin. Freedom dies when control begins. Every breath rehearsed, every talk tonight. Even gods can't speak when the truth's been tied. The paradox of power, silence wears the crown. The louder they rise, the more they drown. Voices echo through the halls of lies. Powerless kings and designers. Yeah, they rule the world but can't say a thing. They birds in cages with diamond wings. Who writes the words they're forced to read? Who shapes the tone? Who plants the seed in speech? Writers deep in the hive, building illusions to keep the lie alive. Every comma, every pause, permission, edited, rewritten laws. They call it safety, I call it fear. The system whispers what they can't hear. They sell control in velvet tones, sell freedom wrapped in microphones. The nation cheers what they told to feel. Reality bends, the screen turns real. They talk about justice, they talk about peace. But peace means profit and wars that leaks behind closed doors. It's a core required. Fanning the smoke from a holy fire. Every truth they see gets filed away. Sanitized thoughts for the stage to play. The paradox of power. Silence wears the crown. The louder they rise, the more they drown. Voices echo through the halls of life.
Alright, you guys, so I got everything. Got all these done. These are all ready to be essentially installed. The only thing left to do is just to bolt these brackets back into the back here. So I'm gonna knock that out real quick, and then I'll be baking these lights. All right. Let's get this cleaned up a little bit. Oh, there they are. Okay. All the pieces that I pulled out of these. Let's get some of them back on. Most of these are just trash. So we have to install these. Install those. Oh yeah. All right, let's get these headlights assembled back. These reflectors, I guess, assembled back to what they're supposed to be. And then we will hopefully just be able to assemble these back up, and that's it. Okay, this thing back on here. Okay, we are getting somewhere. Don't want to over tighten these because you will absolutely strip out this ceramic. So just do like a nice tight, and that's it. Nothing, don't be going crazy on these, but that's all reassembled. This is ready to go back into a DSM headlight. And, well, that looks pretty cool. Okay. 2 done. Okay, one more, and we are done. Done. So let's get this finished up. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting to a point where these are essentially, well, they actually are 100% ready to just be swapped out with, you know, the version of this that I pull out, the halogen version. So I'm gonna go ahead and bake all these headlights apart, switch these chrome reflectors out, and I'm gonna go ahead and bake them all back together. So that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me today. If you are interested in getting some headlights built, I try to do that hasn't been done. I try to do stuff that's new, and I try to do it in a way that is actually decent quality, and you know, it comes out pretty cool. So if you're looking to get some headlights built, hit me up, shoot me a message on Instagram, and we'll figure something out. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time.